and partners, that's Goldstone Consulting, NTV Uganda, Bank of Uganda, Spark TV, Busara Center for Behavioral Economics, the Cooperative magazine, and Liberty Life Assurance have come together to create the first ever Coop360 Innovations Award, which is focusing on stimulating innovation and advancing innovation amongst cooperatives in Uganda.
So it's you to regulate it from here.
In order to achieve cooperative competitiveness, we innovated the Coop360 Innovations Award so that the Innovations Award can promote innovations among cooperatives, learning among cooperatives, and competitiveness among cooperatives.
This Innovation Award stems from a recent research that we did, which was interrogating how the principles, adhering to the principles and the values of cooperatives contributes to their resilience. And through a series of indicators that we developed through research, innovation is one of those indicators of resilience. And our research concluded that a number of cooperatives in Uganda were not innovative. The Innovations Award this time round has focused on 4 areas. The first one being how cooperatives are innovating around welfare, membership welfare. You could talk about health, you could talk about the education, you could talk about things to do with entertainment, sports, which oftentimes people who are capitalist or money-driven sort of ignore. And yet, as you know, again, cooperatives are social enterprises. They do not only address the financial needs of their members, but they also go into looking at the social and the cultural developmental needs of their members. So the Innovations Award, in looking through that, would like to align cooperatives, not to forget that core definition that they bear, which is to look at the holistic needs and aspirations of the members.
Switch on from there, you put dry beans.
Oh, it's interesting.
It's cooking 24 hours non-stop. Because I made this system, those days before we started, we were just digging holes, but I saw it wasn't working until I built this. So everything is done here.
So the second element that we have looked at in the Innovations Award is climate smart solutions that are enabling us to deal with the challenges we have today. And so we have looked at what cooperatives in different sectors are doing to actually adopt those climate smart solutions. So the third thing that we looked at is ICT solutions for business efficiency and competitiveness. And lastly, the area we looked at is communication and marketing. This is big. Everyone has to tell their story. And if cooperatives don't tell their story from their perspective, someone will tell the story for them. And that story could mean that someone undermines what you stand for, or someone puts words that do not really benefit your business.
Even the birds from this, we have so many species of birds from this forest. Whenever they come to our gardens, there are some flavors they add to our coffee. So it makes a very big difference to other birds. So we can get in the...
And we received 38 applications. Out of the 38 applications, only 23 were successful. It's these 23 cooperatives that moved to the next stage, which was verification.
Visiting cooperative by cooperative to validate on the existence of the innovations that were registered. The assignment of this team that went out to validate was to confirm the area in which you applied, whether the innovation is aligned and whether it is existing, because there's some places that we went and they were still in ideation. They were still in the process of working towards the innovation.
This will disturb the girls together.
The innovation is ongoing. We started it almost a year and so.
Now, this is not just an award process. As Uhuru and Goldstone, plus other partners like Busara, we have been very deliberate about ensuring we build capacity along the way. Whether you're talking about pitching skills or just being able to communicate your problem, having cooperatives understand what it means to be on the stage and communicate your value proposition. This has been very, very, very useful to the cooperatives and ourselves. And we've also appreciated the gaps that they have. And so as we develop our different capacity building initiatives, we will have been informed through this process what cooperatives need most to be able to be impactful and to drive this country's national development.
For example, if when you do that, we can reward
Our dream
30%.
is that we turn this into an annual event or an annual process, because it just goes beyond just giving people money.
We want to see what you have either started and you're struggling with to improve, or something that you already have, you want to scale it up.
It is a marketing tool selling their brands out there so that the potential investors know them and can do business with them. It is also a very good process for growing the vision of the cooperative movement. We would like to see it even grow in the size of their awards in terms and the variety, the different types of their awards over time. This is the starting point, the first ever award we are doing this year. But we hope that once it grows beyond this point, we will mobilize resources as much as possible and partner with as many more partners as possible and grow this beyond the limited resources we are putting this year. So this is a big learning process even for us, so that we can from next year grow into something bigger and better every time.
But also we expect cooperatives to actually know their role in contributing to Uganda's own global innovation index. I must say that as a country, we are not in a good place. As at 2023, Uganda ranked 121st out of 132 countries across the globe. And one of the areas that came out as very meek or very poor is that we have very low innovation outputs. What do I mean by that? If you look at the number of patents that are being registered in Uganda, or creative ideas that have turned into actual innovations, Ugandans are quite creative actually, but most of their creativity stops in the mind and talking, and the actual implementation of what they've dreamed is not being felt. We also want to be like Elon Musk going to the moon. We also want to see cooperatives pioneering different industrial products and driving development as they did in the 1970s and the 80s. And they're doing that right now. So this Innovation Award is surely showing us what great stuff is happening out there.